Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I am here for Stash Kit Saturday, and I'm actually creating the 6th layout that I've made with this kit so far. I'll have another one up for you tomorrow, which is actually the 5th layout. I don't know why I'm doing these backwards, but I feel like certain ones are more like bonus videos and not really like my main process videos, so I'm keeping those for Sunday. If I have one, I'll post a bonus video on Sunday, and so I just happened to have one last week and next week, or this week, not next week. I don't know if I have one next week yet. I'm not sure. But I have these photos. Now, I had a ton of stuff on my desk, so I had a really difficult time lining my camera up. So please excuse the funky angle. I hate how the background, my mat, is not in line with the camera. That really bugs me, so I apologize for that. Hopefully you guys don't notice, but now that I mentioned it, you probably will notice, so I apologize. But I have these two papers, and I could have just layered them. I'm well aware of that, but I wanted to preserve my papers as much as possible, so I just pulled out a piece of paper that I've had for years. It's been in my stash that I'm not going to use, and I'm using that to create my layout on top of. I'm just using it as a base. That way I could preserve these beautiful papers that I had pulled out to use in my kit. Not that the orange isn't beautiful, but I don't really scrapbook with orange, and it's been in my stash for years, as I said. I think that was part of the very first paper packages I had purchased right before I even started scrapbooking, and I wasn't really sure what my style was. I was just buying paper packages that were at a good price, and yeah, so that's one of those. It's like an aloha paper or something. It's got big flowers on the backside, and that's just not my style at all. It's a beautiful paper, but not one that I would scrapbook with. So I am not going to be using it, so I just used it as a base here. I actually figured I started to pull out a piece of white cardstock to use as my base, but then I figured I'm actually more likely to use the white cardstock than I was ever going to use that orange paper. So I said, you know what, why not just use the orange paper? I mean, it makes more sense, right? Because I'm always going to use white cardstock. But anyways, and I'm just using this border strip. It was the back side of one of the manufacturer labels that I had pulled off at the bottom, and using that to create a seam. I don't always feel like the papers together like that need a seam, but because that stripe was so bold on the left, I felt like it did need some sort of separation. I'm not exactly sure where my little photo cluster is going to be, so I'm kind of matting it all together and not adhering it to the background yet. I have these two doilies that I pulled out, a silver one and then just a regular white doily that I'm using to put behind my photo. So let me tell you a little bit about these photos, or this photo, not these photos, but this photo. So this photo is of Calen at the Imax Theater here in Raleigh, at the Marbles Museum. So we were members that year of the Marbles Museum. My older sister had gotten that for us for Christmas, and that was such a wonderful gift. We use that membership so often to go to the museum. And well, they have an Imax Theater there. And so Ernest one day took Calen after preschool to go. Actually, it may have been a day that they were out of preschool because it was at 12. They don't normally get out of school till 12. So it must have been a day that he just wasn't in school at all. Maybe they had a teacher work day or something like that. And I apologize if you can hear my dishwasher in the background. It's making like a really loud noise. Hopefully y'all can't hear that. But anyways, back to the story here. So Ernest took Calen to the IMAX theater, and they saw Humpback Whales. They had that's the movie that they had, one of the movies that they had at the time. And Calen is so obsessed with animals, especially sharks and whales and things like that in the ocean. So Ernest took him as a treat to go see that. And since we're in Raleigh, if you are in the Raleigh area, you're probably well aware of this, but we have NC State here in town. There's a lot of colleges in the Raleigh-Durham Triangle area, but NC State is pretty much downtown Raleigh. And the agricultural school is here, and the vet school is here, and Raleigh, we're in North Carolina, we're in the South, but they have these I forget what they're called, but they have these cows, or this one's a bull with the horns, but they have these cows all around Raleigh, and they show, they have I think it's a contest. I think that's actually what it is. And then I think they're auctioned off, and then the money is donated somewhere, but you will randomly see these cows around town. So if North Hills is an outdoor shopping area, and there was one there that was decorated, and it was actually decorated as an NC State cow. I don't know if it originated with NC State, or if I've just seen a lot around the NC State campus area, or with NC State logos on it. So maybe a lot of college students participate. I don't really know the background background of it, but I know that we have these like cows and bulls all around Raleigh, decorated in different things. And this one just happened to be inside the Imax theater, and as you can see, it's got like movie reels around the middle of the bull, or painted on the bull, and it's got the 3D glasses on them. So Calen has taken a picture in front of this bull, and if you know my child, he is very opinionated about how he is dressed, and Ernest is kind of the same way. Ernest has to be like he has to be dressed a certain way, and this sense of style has totally passed on to our child. And so looking at Calen, like his shoes match his shirt, and then he's got a watch on, but it's just an extra watch band for Ernest's fitness watch, so you can actually like see his skin through the watch where the fitness device would be, but he's wearing Ernest extra band to like match him. So like looking at this picture, I just can't help but laugh, because it's all about, I mean, Calen is pretty much dressed just how Ernest would have dressed him, but his pants are a little crooked because he dressed himself, and then he's got the watch without the actual watch in it, so it's just kind of cute, and he's just posing, trying to be cool. So I titled this one Daddy and Sunday, and I used some labels some tabs from an SEI cardstock sticker sheet that I had in my kit. I've had this thing for years. That was another one of those things that I purchased before I even really started scrapbooking, and I think I even purchased it. I think that paper is an SEI paper, or it's a My Mind's Eye paper. I can't remember. But either way, I purchased it at the same like scrapbook convention, and I just had a whole bunch of different supplies, and they were all really good priced. So some of these things are older and not necessarily what's in style, but I have them in my stash still. So I am, slowly but surely using these things up. And not that they need to like be out of my stash, but I do want to make sure that I use them. They're some of my oldest products that I have. Oldest to me products, not oldest manufactured products, but oldest things that I've had the longest. And so I want to just make sure that I'm not just continually holding on to things, but I'm actually using them, especially since they are relevant. Like tabs are so relevant. I can use those at any point in time. And then I'm just using some stamping. I stamped right here on a geotag and put it right in front of that 3D. I also stamped Wild and Free right above my title that says Daddy and Sunday. And then I also stamped Carefree on a little banner that I layered over my photo, because my child is completely carefree. He loves life, and he loves to just have energy and just be going and doing things. He's not one to just sit in the house and watch TV. He will watch TV for a good 10-15 minutes, and then that's it. He's done. He has to be moving. He has to play basketball. He has to run. He has to play a card game. He has to do something. Like, he cannot just sit and watch TV. It's just not him. Now, he could probably sit and play games on the iPad. We don't have like a game system or anything like that anymore. We got rid of all of those, but he could sit and play games on the iPad, but really only maybe max of 30 minutes. Like, he has to be moving, and he's going to play 5 or 6 different games on that iPad. Like, he can't just play one. Like, that's just not him. He can't do it. So, this is that Wild and Free thing, and Carefree. That so explains my child, like, to a T. I'm going through all of my elements in my kit, and this is one reason why I really enjoy working with a kit. I like having a stack of products to pull from and look through. So when I'm actually creating a page from my stash without having a previously pulled kit or a page kit or something like that, I actually have a more difficult time. I end up by making simpler layouts, because whenever I put a page together, there is a point where you think, okay, well, this could be done. Like, I've got everything I need on here. I've got a title. I've got a picture. I've got some embellishments. Okay, I could be done with this. Well, when I'm working with a kit, and I don't know if y'all are the same way, but when I'm working with a kit, when I get to that point, I still flip through everything that is sitting there in my kit to see if there's anything else that I want to add. And you'll see here, this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm still flipping through everything that I have here on my desk, seeing if there's anything else that I might be able to add. And I'm trying a couple different things. Some things work, some things don't. Like these Pink Fresh Studio Indigo, I think it's Indigo Hills, chipboard hearts aren't the right tone of color, so they don't work. But now I'm flipping through these little stickers to see if there's something I can find, and I realize, oh, I don't have any journaling on here. And I don't know why I didn't originally think to put any journaling on here, but I didn't. I didn't even think about that until I started flipping through the extra products that were sitting on my desk. So I'm going to add some journaling here. I'm also going to use this little tag that says today, and I'm going to put it right here, not tag, tab that says today. I'm going to put it right here under my photo. And then I'm just kind of flipping through everything. I have a ton of cards. I'm looking through to see if there's another journaling spot that I want to use, something that's not necessarily like a label. This one says to and from, and it has a little like place for you to put an address, but I'm going to end up using that as my journaling spot, but I'm pulling out a couple different options here to try. I do want to make a mention, because I forgot to say this earlier, that silver doily is actually from a Martha Stewart, I think it was like from a decoupage collection or something like that. But the silver doily reminded me of a movie reel for some reason. And then it also kind of brought out the silver from the bull in the photo, which is why I put it on there. I originally was just going to put the white doily behind my photo, but I thought the silver doily really kind of brought in a different element and made me really think of the movie reels for some reason. So again, flipping through everything that is sitting there on my desk, I found this little, I think it's a 2x3 card that was in a We Are Memory Keepers little stack of papers that I had, like little stack of cards that I had. And I'm going to cut out this pinked circle. It looks like it's taking me forever, but it's really not. I'm watching YouTube videos as I do this, by the way, so I'm not like just sitting here scrapbooking. I thought about using it for my journaling spot down here at the bottom, but it was just a little too much. And what I'm going to end up doing though is moving it and using it on this layout, and I really like where I put it. I think it adds something to the top here that I hadn't really thought about adding. So you see that You and Me chipboard banner up at the very top. I don't have it pushed down yet because I'm not 100% sure I like it. It actually blends in with the background a little bit too much for my liking. But I'm going to take this pinked circle that I cut out there from that We Are Memory Keepers little card stack, and I'm going to layer it under that You and Me. Oh, and there's Ernest looking at the picture we were talking about, Calen's watch. I forgot he came over. He came over while I was scrapbooking, and we were laughing about the fact that Calen's sitting there wearing the watch with nothing in it. Like you can see his skin through where the face of the watch would be. But it's his own little sense of style. So that was funny that Ernest popped in. I totally forgot about that. But this is where I'm going to add that pinked circle. And I think it really helps that You and Me label stand out from the background. I'm going to cut it off just a little bit so it's not in line with the bottom of the banner. I want the banner to still be able to be seen as a banner. And so I'm going to move it a little bit. But I'm writing my journaling, and I'm using a precision pen 03, I guess is what it is, 3 millimeters. Is that what that is? And I'm really liking this size. But what I put is, I had looked it up on my phone, and it was actually a Wednesday that they went. So I put Wednesday in the little box where you would put an address, and then I put Ernest and Calen took a trip downtown to watch a 3D whale movie at the Imax. Calen is taking a moment to show off his outfit, complete with an extra watch band to match Daddy. And then this is where I'm going to go ahead and put down that pinked circle here. And I'm just trimming it off a little bit so a little bit more of that banner shows. Now these chipboard pieces are from my Me and My Big Ideas like album kit. And I bought it at Tuesday Morning for like $4, and the albums were for my sister, so I just kept all the embellishments because I was making their layouts to go in there. But it definitely needs to be reinforced with glue. So this is pretty much it. I have went through my whole kit, pulled out anything that I wanted to, and then made this layout, and I just think it's so cute. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye!